Alright, welcome back everyone, it's your Code King Zaf here, and this is what I call exciting. We have the Solo Leveling x Shangri-La Frontier collab visuals, and they're both repping each other's weapons. That's what I call juicy. We have Sunraku with Jinwoo's weapons, and we have Jinwoo with Sunraku's weapons. Oh boy. Let me know in the comments right now, do you want some collabs coming into the game? I'm very curious. Or do you prefer no collabs? If so, let me know why. I'm very curious to see what everyone's opinions are. And also let me know, what animes do you want to see the game collab with? I would say a lot of you would obviously want the 7 Deadly Sins collab happening. It is a memorable IP as well, so it would just be perfect. We have maybe like Attack on Titan. That'll be pretty cool with the daggers and such. Would work out fine. We have Sword Art Online, we have Overlord, we have Evangelion. These are pretty popular animes in general that people do want collabs for, but this is kind of setting the framework for future collabs of the game. This is honestly very official. They have a whole little AMV here, which is pretty exciting. So I wonder if future episodes are going to come out where the two kind of clash or work together. Very curious, but I do want to mention very quick when it comes to the game. Make sure if you haven't yet to go to the link down below and support us for a bunch of free codes. Yes, free. You press this button right here. You press confirm by scrolling down. Press this, press yes, and you are now done your supporting. Then you wait 24 hours. Then you go to your My Page section to the top right here. Do you see that button? You press that again. 24 hours after supporting, you scroll down, my name should come up. We have over 27,000 supporters for a reason, because I make sure everyone gets their codes, and for your codes, under receive benefits, all the codes we sent. Right now we have 6 codes. We had 8 before, but they expired, so make sure you support ASAP. That way, you can get gold, you can get essence stones, mana, power, extracts, and more, so don't miss out. The link is down below. That way, you can support us and enjoy all those juicy benefits. So really quick, a big shout out to Ryu and also Angel for the first commenters the last 2 videos. Here are your shouts and enjoy those juicy exclusive Discord roles. Now, going back to the collab page, you can see this is honestly very official. They have their weapons perfectly animated, and that's what I call superb. That's what we call on this channel juicy. Yes, I'm very excited, but I do want to mention other collabs the game has had, or not the game, the IP that is. If you look right here, this is a memorable game. It is 7 Night Idle Adventure, who did collab with Solo Leveling, so that does kind of leave the promise for future collabs with our game as well. I would say that Marble is always open to collab with other games and also other IPs, so that is very exciting. I mean, look at this right here. For any of you who are very cultured, I'm sure you know what this is. In the comments, let me know if you know. But it looks like the IP will basically collab with anything and anyone, so we have a lot to look forward to, of course. I would say when it comes to collabs, it's kind of a fine line between what they can include. I mean, we have Venom here as well. Pretty cool if you ask me. You can see its visual. It's kind of like Icarus, and you can see with this visual here, they kind of did like a collab artwork piece where we have Icarus and Venom, which is pretty darn cool overall. But I would say when it comes to the collab category, they can't really just introduce random characters. I don't think that'll make too much sense. I would say when it comes to Solo Leveling Rise as a game, the thing they will introduce is the weapons, or I guess usable weapons that can work out as maybe freebies or summonable weapons. That kind of makes the most sense for me. Hunters do work too, but a lot of people may not like that. In the comments, let me know, would you want, let's say, other anime or IP characters coming into the game as hunters, not just when it comes to equipment or skins? Again, very curious. This is all up to the Marble, and they could really go any direction with it. There's just so many things they can do, and there's so many things that I guess could go wrong for those of you who are very dedicated. But when it comes to me, I'm honestly open for anything. I would love, honestly, any anime to work with Solo Leveling Rise, especially when it comes to 7 Deadly Sins. We've been waiting for so long. It just has to happen. That is the one IP Net Marble has to hook us up with. We can get like a Kari with the Escanor skin. We can get, let's say, Meliodas' weapon, giving us a counter move. There's so many cool things you can do to make a proper collab for this game. I would say right now the only mistake they could make is not giving us any collabs. I think it'll be very fun. It'll entice brand new players coming to the game. I mean, because I feel like when it comes to collabs and gacha games, a lot of the time we kind of just want to play a game that does have the characters we like, or it kind of promotes us to try the game out, see what it's like if our favorite IP is collabing with a certain game or not. So I think it'll be a nice touch including the events we could get. I mean, right now when it comes to events in the game, they're pretty rudimentary, they're nothing too crazy. So I think for the brand new anniversary events coming up, that would be a pretty good time to maybe add in a twist, maybe add in a collab. I would love that. Again, in the comments, let me know. I'm very curious, but I think overall, after the first year anniversary, we can see collabs coming in. I do believe that'll be the perfect time. I mean, when else can you do it, right? After the game has matured for a year, it's basically perfect. That way the devs can introduce more content, more events, more players coming in, and also more advertisements. I feel like the game needs more advertisements, potentially, but the anime does a good job at that, let's be honest. We had so many brand new players coming into the game just based on the anime alone, so, I mean, we have, what, 4 more seasons at least for the anime, then we have Ragnarok. We have so much happening for this IP. This will be one of the most successful gacha games for a very long time, so don't worry too much. This game will not die anytime soon, trust me. There's just no way. I mean, it's Solo Leveling, the IP. It is one of the animes that are breaking records left and right non-stop. Every single release we have a new record broken, so don't stress. I mean, right now for these events, we have the Sweet Valentine's Day event. These are, we can be honest, pretty mediocre. They hardly do anything with the Fly Isle event. And again, in the comments, let me know what your scores are for this event, but I would say collabs are a very good thing. They can only promote more players coming in, more events, more hunters, maybe more weapons, but I would say honestly, the hunter route may not be the ideal way to go. I would say at least weapons, yeah. That would be the best thing they can do. Introduce new weapons relating to the main characters in other shows. That would work out just fine. And then the only issue I have, though, is with collabs and gacha games. If you miss a collab, you no longer are able to get the weapon just based on licensing. If you miss a collab, let's say we had Attack on Titan coming in, and you miss these summons for the weapons, generally speaking, it won't be coming back. The games do have to essentially license the weapons or the IP to get the weapons coming to the game, and once those licenses run out, they can no longer get them again, so that's the issue. If we can only get the weapons once, a lot of players won't really be a fan of that, which is understandable, but that's kind of the nature of collabs. They're kind of one-time events, so the devs do have to balance that pretty well. They can't introduce like super OP meta weapons that everyone does have to use. Maybe they can be reskins in a sense, or maybe just skins in general. But again, there's so many things they can do. I would say overall, when it comes to gacha games, it's either you get the collab items or you don't, and you kind of miss out, and they generally do not come back based on the games I've played. So again, we just have to see what Solo Leveling Rise does, and hopefully they do a good job at it, because, you know, there's always issues with the game, and there's always people leaving, coming to the game. So hopefully with a good solid collab, we will have a lot of new players coming in, none leaving based on, I guess, the collab in question, but we'll see what happens. Again, in the comments, let me know what collabs you want to see, and if you want to see any collabs at all, because honestly, I know a lot of players are just not a fan of collabs. They find it kind of tainting the IP, tainting the game, kind of makes it seem more like a gimmick rather than a game representing the IP they love. So, you know, everyone has different opinions. There is no one right answer. There's no one right method to go with. It's a very finicky, I guess, environment, especially when it comes to gacha games. So, you know, the devs have my blessings. They can do what they want when it comes to collabs. I'm very for it. I don't take anything unless they pick some weird, like, obscure anime that no one really likes. That's kind of weird, but they won't do that. I mean, Solo Leveling Rise is a huge game. It's making rounds all over with the IP as well. So we'll see what happens, but that's basically it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. Again, make sure you drop your like, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment whether or not you want any collabs coming in. Very curious. And also make sure, if you haven't yet, to support us. It is 100% free. That way I can send you a bunch of juicy codes like the ones you see here. But on that note, that's all I have for you today. This is your Code King Zaf, signing out.